Hello everybody, this is Dr. Bitla and welcome to my fifth session on communication networks. In the last session, we have seen different types of CAD models. Along with that, we had also gone through the different types of CAD systems. We have discussed the different features of the softwares available, commercially available in the market. Then we had seen the advantages, disadvantages, along with the features. Then finally, we had seen the computer networks. What is the basic principle of the computer networks? In the today's session, we will try to see the communication networks. What is the communication networks, and then the different types of computer networks available and frequently used in the outside. We will go through the different types of networks available is local area network, metropolitan area network, wide area network, wireless networks. We will see in detail these four types of local area networks, communication networks, in the coming slides. When you come to the computer network is basically an infrastructure that has two or more computers which are connected together. We can say that if all those computers are connected together in a system, we can say that those computers are in network. Network achieves by providing set of rules when the systems are connected together are in a network. When the systems are in a network, all those must have some protocols, means some rules. Protocol here, it is nothing but the rules. All those computers needs to be interacted together with some specific rules. So those rules are called the protocols, because there must be some communication, common communication medium, common rules everybody needs to follow to interact with each other. So those rules are called protocols. Let us try to define what exactly the network and computer network. Network means when the computers are connected together using a copper wire, fiber optic cable, microwave, or infrared, or through a satellite, then we can say that all those systems or computers are in network. When the computer network means a system consists of connected nodes. Nodes means junctions. When the systems are connected to a junction, or to share the data, or to share the hardware, or to share the software, that means all the systems are connected together to share the common data, or to share the common hardware, or to share the common software. This is also called the computer network. What are the reasons to be to the computers in the network? What is the reason to keep the computers in network? Because basically we have three reasons to keep the computers in network system. One is to share the resources, the other one is to share the information, finally to communicate each other. Sharing of resources means, assume that there is a printer in a premises, there is a printer in a premises that needs to be shared. The cost of that printer is high. In that case, the computers which are in a network can share the common printer. Here the printer is a resource. That resource is shared by the computers, different computers which are in a network. That is called sharing of resource. When you come to the sharing of information, means when the computers are in a network, assume that when the computers are in a network, these computers can share a common software or common information. So instead of loading the information in each computer, instead of loading the software in each computer, the computers which are in the network is going to share the information or share the software. So this is also one of the reason to connect the systems in network. The other one is to communicate each other. Communication, when the systems are in a network, the systems can communicate each other by following common rules or nothing but the protocols. They can communicate. Like example, you take a salesman can communicate with the systems which are in the network to update the database. They can send the information. The systems which are in network can communicate with each other by sending messages, by sending text messages, by sending video messages, or by sending the images. Anything can be shared, anything can be communicated. These three are the main reasons whenever you want to connect the systems in a network. So these three are very, very important reasons which needs to be, which we require. When you come to the applications of networking, these are all the applications. Electronic data you can exchange, even you can go for the teleconferencing. Cellular telephone is also one application. Cable television is also one application. Reservation of airlines, trains, theaters, and buses. Nowadays, theaters are also following the networking. Somewhere, someone is going to send the signal, and that signal is going to play in a theater. Then automatic teller machines, ATMs. Then internet banking is also one application of the networking. All the ATMs are in one network in a common database. Then you have an internet banking. Every bank is having one server. With that server, all the branches are connected together to share that information. So these are the few applications of network, but these are the very, very important applications that we come across outside. These are the different types of communication networks. One is the local area network. The other one is the metropolitan area network. In short, we can call it as a MAN. Wide area network, in short, we can call it as a WAN. Then you have the wireless network. Finally, you have internet network. When you come to the local area network, in short, you can call it as a LAN. It is a small physical, this type of network is used where you have a small area or in a building or a factory. This LAN is used for a small physical area such as an office, group of buildings, or a factory. In turn, you can say that this LAN is used where the systems are less, where the area is less, where the billing, for a small restricted area, you are going to use this LAN. These, LANs are widely used as it is used to design and troubleshooting. Means the troubleshooting and design is easy, so that this LAN is widely used outside. Personal computers and workstations are connected to each other through LAN. It's called LAN. We have different topologies in LAN. Different types of LANs are available with respect to the topology, which can be a bus type, which can be a ring type that you can see here. These two are connected together with a bridge. The different topologies available outside are star type, ring type, bus type, and tree type. So based on the type, based on in which manner you are connecting the systems, that is called the topology. It may be star type, it may be a ring type, it may be bus type, or it may be tree type. This is called the topology. Then LAN can be a simple network, like connecting two computers to share files and network among each other, as I said just now. So this is a simple network. So to connect the two or more computers, you can connect two computers or maybe more than two to share the files, to share the files or to share the resources. As I said, the resource may be a printer, resource may be a hard drive, resource may be information, resource may be a software. When you come to the characteristics of LANs are private networks and not subject to the tariffs or regulatory authorities. When you connect the systems in LAN, so those systems will not come under the regulatory authority. So purely this is a private network. These are not subjected to any regulatory authority. LAN operate at relatively high speeds because the number of computers are less, so that the speed is also high. When you compare with the other networks, the speed is high because the number of computers are less, and these are connected with the Ethernet. Okay, that is what the importance of LAN. There are different media access control methods in LAN. The prominent one is Ethernet one. The prominent one means you have a junction box. With that junction box, all the computers are connected by a cable, so that you can call all the systems or all the computers are in network, are in LAN. It connects the computers in a single building, we're already discussed, or in a block or a campus. They're likely in a restricted geographical area. This we are already discussed. Then when you come to the applications of LAN, one of the computers in a network can become a server. It is remaining computers are the clients. That means whenever you want to share one system which is having a software to share the other systems, by that I mean whenever you want to share the software in a central computer by the other systems, number of computers. So those clients are those computers which are accessing the common software or the common information is called the clients. So the space or a computer in which you are storing the information to share the information by the other computers is called the server. The computers which are sharing, which are accessing that information is called the clients. Connecting locally all the workstations in building let them to communicate each other locally without any internet access. This means when the systems are in LAN, we don't require, these systems doesn't require internet to communicate each other, because those are connected by the cable, so that it does not require any internet. So without the internet, the systems can communicate with the server, or the clients can communicate with the server without the internet access. As we are already discussed that this LAN can share the resources like printers and other costly devices. The other network, the second network is metropolitan area network. In short, you can call it as MAN. It is the bigger version of LAN. When the LANs are connected together, in short form, we can call that when one or two LANs are connected together is called the metropolitan area network, or MAN. It is designed to extend over the entire city, means it is nearly around 50 to 60 kilometers range. You can connect the systems. That means connecting several LANs into a bigger or into a larger network can be a single one, is called the MAN. It is mainly held and operated by a single private company, or maybe using a public company. You can see the figure of the metropolitan area network. As you can see that this is one network and this is another type of network. Bus type and ring type of networks are connected together using one local telephone exchange, so that you can have an access. In a town, you have one local telephone exchange. That exchange is connected to the another networks. So that will become the focal point as a server to share the information, or to share the resources, or to communicate with each other. When you come to the characteristics of metropolitan area network, it generally covers the towns and cities around 50 kilometers radius. Its communication medium used for the man are optical fibers or cables. That means you have a telephone exchange. To that telephone exchange, uh, with the cables, so LANs are connected. From the LANs, the computers are connected. Data rates advocate for distributed computing applications. That means rates are less when you compare with the LAN. When you come to the advantages of MAN, extremely efficient and provide faster communication via high-speed carriers such as fiber optic cables, because we are connecting the LANs using the fiber optic cable so that the information is accurate and high speed. It provides a good backbone for large networks. Whenever you want to connect the more networks, more LANs to one junction, that is called telephone exchange in this case, that it provides the greater access to the WANs. Dual buses used in MAN helps the transmission of data in both the directions simultaneously, because one LAN is connected to the other LAN, and all the LANs are connected to one junction or an exchange, telephone exchange in this case. So the information access in both the ways, forward and backward directions, you can send and as well as receive the information. MAN usually encompasses several blocks. Yes, it is having several LANs connected to a single exchange. This is obvious. When you come to the disadvantages of MAN, more cables are required, because you have an exchange that is to be shared by the different LANs. We require cables. It is somewhat costly when you compare with the LAN. Difficult to make the system secure from the hackers, because one exchange is connected to the number of LANs. So it is also difficult to secure the system from the hackers. It requires a very sophisticated or highly intelligent hacking system to protect this network from the hackers. Then you have other one, that is wide area network. It is also called as WAN. It is also called as WAN. WAN can be a private or it can be a public leased network. It can be a private type. You can make it as purely private, or it can be a leased network. Leased means you can set up an access, you can set up the network that can be given for the lease. So with that, you might have seen outside most of the internet providers, broadband providers comes under this WAN. They will set up the network, and to that network we are connecting as a broadband. We are taking the broadband connection. They will charge monthly or yearly or half yearly. So this is the private network. Public leased means you can set up the network, you can give this network someone else for lease. So this is wide area network, is the broadband providers which are available in the towns. This is the trend running now. The wide area network will be set up by the industries or the firms. From there, the domestic connections are taking. It is used for the network that covers the large distances, because in this case, this type of network is normally used for the wide area. As the name, by the name you can say that this network is going to cover wide area. It is the connection, or it is going to cover the states of the country also. In our country we have different states, so those states can also connect together using this WAN. So WAN is a system, network system, in which the states can also interact with each other. States can also connect to a common network to share the information, to share the resources, or to communicate with each other. It can be a private or it can be a public leased network. As I explained just now, you can set up the system, you can privatize that, you can use privately, or it can be leased to someone else for a business. It is not easy to design and maintain. It is somewhat complex system to design and maintain, uh, because these networks, WAN is going to use the satellite. You have one system, you have one setup in one state, you have one setup in other state. Those setups are connected together using the satellite. You have one setup in another state, you have one junction in one setup, one network system in one state. Those two states networks are connected together by the satellite link. WAN is going to operate on low data rates because it is connected. The networks are connected using the satellite. The information will be shared using the satellite. So the data rates are less when you compare with the other types of networks, namely local area network and metropolitan area network. This, because when you use, when the network, when the systems are connected, when the systems are in a network using this WAN, the data rates are less. When you see this wide area network, it looks like this. This is a bus type of network, and you have a ring type of network in which these two are connected using a satellite. Satellite means here in this case over the internet. So in this case, the junctions or the local areas networks are connected together using a satellite. So the cost of the data sharing or the cost of the network is less. Then when you come to the characteristics of the WAN, it generally covers large distances, as we are already discussed that it is going to cover, it is going to connect the different states, or sometimes it is going to connect the countries, or sometimes it is going to connect the continents also. Now you can imagine the the flexibility of the wide area network. With this statement, you can say that not only the states, this WAN is also used to connect the different countries and also different continents. Because you have a satellite, it can connect the continents also. There is no restriction at all. There is no distance parameter in this case. There is no distance constraint in this case. Even you can connect the countries and even you can connect the continents. Please try to remember this. Then the communication medium used is a satellite. Yes, I'm emphasizing this. The communication medium is the satellite. Public telephone exchange also you can use. If you restrict that to a state or if you restrict that to a country, you can also use public telephone networks using the routers. When you come to the advantages of WAN, it covers large geographical areas. So the long distance buses can connect on one network. Yes, we are already discussed that it is going to cover the large geographical areas which are at a far distance. You can do the business using this WAN also. It shares softwares and resources. Obvious, when the systems are connected in a network, it can be used to share the software. It can be used to share the resources. It can be used to communicate each other. Yes, messages can also send very quickly. The data can be shared very quickly when you compare with the other type of networks. Messenger can send the pictures, sounds, or data within a short span of time. This is the flexibility of WAN, wide area network. Advantages of WAN: expensive resources such as the printers or the phone lines to the internet can be shared by all the computers which are in that network without having to buy a different peripheral or for each computer. For each computer is not at all going to buy a printer. Each computer is not at all going to purchase a peripheral, costly peripheral. It can access the costly resources or the expensive resources which are in that network or the WAN. Everyone on the network can use the same data. Yes, it is going to, this network is also fulfilling the criteria. It is to share the data. Yes, this avoids the problem of duplicating the data. If you don't have this flexibility, every system must have to install a software. Every system must need to store the information required by all the computers which are in that network. Disadvantages of LAN: need a good firewall to restrict the outsiders. Yes, because it is a wide network, wide area network. It requires a very good firewall or a very good anti-hacking system. This network should protect. I mean, very good cyber security system to protect this network from the hackers, because it is a wide area. Anyone can access. I mean, the scope is very high to hack the network. So this network, this wide area network, requires a very good cyber security system to protect the network from the hackers. Setting up a network can be expensive. Yes, it is having very very sophisticated system, so that it is expensive. When you compare with the other network, the speed is some extent low, and the setup is also complicated. It requires maintenance work also. It requires number of employees to maintain that network, like supervisors, technicians needs to be recruited to maintain regularly. Yes, it is, security is a real issue. It is covering the continents, states, and countries. Security is a real issue. This is also a challenge in wide area network. When you come to the wireless network, digital wireless communication is not a new idea. It is also there previously. Morse code is used to implement the wireless network. Of course, Morse code is one code well known to the electronics people. Modern digital wireless systems have better performance, but the basic idea is same. Wireless networks are basically three categories. One is system interconnection, other one is wireless LAN, then you have the wireless WAN. By the name, you can say that this system is, in this network system, the computers are not connected using any cable. These are wireless network. Every computer, every system in this network is not at all connected by a cable. Every company is going to manufacture a device. To that device, the systems are going to connect like a Bluetooth device. The company is going to design one Bluetooth device. That Bluetooth device is connected to the system. Connecting a system to the Bluetooth is also a wireless network. We are accessing the data using Bluetooth access. That is also wireless network. Basically, this wireless networks, as I said just now, these are three types. One is system interconnection, wireless LAN, wireless WAN. These three are frequently used outside. System interconnection is all about interconnecting the components of the computer using a short range radio, means an antenna, short range radio or an antenna. So that, to that signal, the computers are going to access, connected together. That signal is going to hold all the computers in that network. This is the system interconnection. As I said just now, Bluetooth is a device that is, to that Bluetooth is going to connect the various components. This comes under the system interconnection. In the case of, to be frank, In the case of system interconnection, the companies are going to design one device. To that device, the computers are going to connect. This is called the system interconnection. Using a device, using a short range radio is called the system interconnection. Then when you come to the wireless LAN, in which computer has a radio modem or antenna, which it can communicate with each other system. In this case, this is a short range. In this case, it is a short range radio, but in this case, you have a modem and antenna to communicate the systems. Wireless LANs are becoming increasingly common to small offices and homes, almost in all the offices, and are using this type of network, wireless LAN. You have one antenna or a modem. To that antenna, the systems are going to connect, where Ethernet is giving more trouble. Ethernet means connecting system using a cable. That gives us number of problems. So when the space is less, where the offices which are having less space are going to use this wireless LAN. Then when you come to the wireless WAN, the radio network used for cellular telephones is an example for the low bandwidth wireless WAN. When you have one figure here, so cellular network, you have a network here, you have a very good tower, you have a very big tower in a region. In that region, this tower is going to emit the signal. This signal is accessed by the different computers. Example, you take mobiles, different networks are there, like Airtel, Reliance, Tata. So you have all these cell phone networks are there. They have their own bandwidth signals. They are going to emit the different bandwidth signals. Their bandwidth signals are going to access by their customers, because they have towers. They are going to install the towers at the different regions where they have customers. These customers are going to access their signal. This is called the wireless network. Wireless WAN network, wide area. Of course, it is a wireless network, but it is a wide area network. Every firm is going to install one tower. So through that tower, the customers are going to access, the clients are going to access that network signal. The best example is wireless WAN is cellular network. Every company is having their own towers. Those towers are going to emit the signals. That signal is accessed by their customers. The specific bandwidth signal is accessed by their customers. This is the best example for wireless WAN. The first generation was, in this case, there are 3 generations. The first generation is analog. The first generation generated analog signal for voice only. The second generation generated signal for digitally generated signal digitally for voice only. The third generation is digital type for both voice and data. Now we are using the voice and data. Our cell phones, our mobile phones are receiving voice as well as data through the digital type. Digitally, I mean our mobiles are going to receive the data as well as the voice digitally. As I said just now, so wireless LAN is having one tower. So that tower is going to emit the signals. Those signals are accessed by the customers of specific bandwidth, which are in that network. Airtel is one network, Jio is one network, Vodafone is one network, like that. So the cell phone network comes under wireless WAN, wide area network. Thank you one and all for this session. Thank you one and all. Let me remind what we have discussed just now. We'll go back and see what we have discussed as of now. We have discussed the wireless network. It is going to connect the states, countries, as well as the continents also. Wireless network is wireless. Wireless WAN is one type of network frequently used in cellular telephone networking system. Then you have wireless LAN. It is used in commonly used in small offices and homes. In this case, you have a modem, radio modem, or an antenna to connect the systems in network. When you come to the system interconnection in wireless network, you have a short range radio. That device is going to connect the systems in the network, like a Bluetooth device, which is connecting the networks, or which is connecting the systems, which will keep the systems in network. Then you have the WAN. You have some advantages and disadvantages for this wide area network. It can be, it must have a firewall restriction because it is complex network. It is complex in its design. It requires very good anti-firewall system or firewall system to protect the systems which are connected in this network. That means, what I mean to say is, this wide area network must have a cyber security system to protect all the computers which are in this network, because it requires the supervisors, technicians. There should be maintenance for this network. When you come to the advantages of this wide area network, yes, it can share the information, it can share the resources, as like all the networks. It is going to cover the large geographical area when we compare with the other types of network, like metropolitan and local area network. This wide area network is going to cover more area, or the more geographical area. You can keep number of systems which are in the wide range, which are at the far distance. You can keep the wide area can be kept in network to hold the number of systems in a network. Obvious, this is also going to share the software. This is also going to share the resources. This is also going to send or communicate the information. So, characteristics, when you come to the characteristics, it is, yes, it is going to cover the large distances. Yes, it is going to, the major communication medium is a satellite, public telephone networks. I mean, LANs are connected together. Wide area network means networks connected together using a satellite or a public telephone exchange is called the wide area network. As you can see, this is a wide area network. These two local area networks are connected together using an internet or exchange. Then when you come to the metropolitan area network, basically this type of network is used to connect the systems on and around 50 kilometers range, 50 to 60 kilometers range, or it can be used for the towns. Basically, the systems which are in a town can be connected together using a metropolitan area network, MAN. It is difficult to make the system, it is difficult to make the system secure from the hackers. This is one of the advantage. Okay, the other disadvantage is more cable is required to connect the systems. This is the disadvantage. When you come to the advantages, it is efficient. It is more efficient when you compare with the other types of networks. Fast, it can communicate with very high speed when you compare with the other types of that is called the other types of networks. That is the previous one is LAN, local area network. It is, I mean, this metropolitan area network, MAN, is efficient than the LAN. It is more efficient than LAN. It provides the faster communication via the high-speed carriers such as fiber optic cables, because the systems are connected together using a fiber optic cable, so it can communicate in a faster way. It provides a by using this network connection, this network connection enables us to communicate the information or the transfer the information in both the ways, forward direction and backward direction. You can send the information as well as you can receive the information. These are the characteristics. As I said just now, metropolitan area network is generally covers towns and cities on and around 50 kilometers. Communication medium is normally it is called as MAN. The major communication, the main communication medium in the case of metropolitan network is the optical fibers or the cables. Using the optical fibers or cables, the systems are connected together in the case of metropolitan area network or MAN. The data rates are adequate or affordable for distributed computing applications. Yes, the data rates are easily, you can exchange the data in between the systems or the computers in this network. Metropolitan area looks like this. Yes, these networks, local areas are connected together using a local telephone exchange, local area network. This is one type of network, bus type of LAN, and it is the ring type of LAN. These two are connected together using a local telephone exchange. Local telephone exchange became a junction to connect the different local areas, different computers in a zone. Different computers in a zone is connected together, forms a LAN, and the LANs are connected together using a local area, local telephone exchange. Here the local telephone exchange become a junction. To that junction, all the local area networks are connected together to form metropolitan area network. Yes, it is bigger version of LAN. Number of LANs are connected together to form metropolitan area network. It is bigger in its size. It can be a single private company, or it can be a public company. Applications, when you come to the local area network, it is also called LAN and designed for the small physical areas such as office, a group of buildings, or a factory. LANs are, personal computers can be connected together using a LAN. Okay. Cables are used to connect the systems together in a network, in a local area network. There are different types of local area networks, which may, topology, based on the topology, there are different topological network. One is bus type, ring type, tree type. Yes, these are the different types of local area networks available, used to connect the systems in LAN. LAN can be a simple network like connecting two computers to share files and to share the information. LANs are used to share the information, share the resources, share the send the or share the information, share the resources, and communicate to each other. When you come to the characteristics of the LAN, LANs are private networks, not subjected to tariffs or other regulatory authorities. We have seen that the wide area network and wireless network comes under regulatory authority. We must follow the guidelines of the government to fix the rates, like you have seen the wireless networks. Those are Airtel. Then you have seen Vodafone, Jio. All they have to follow the guidelines of the government the regulatory authority, which is going to control the tariffs. But whereas this local area network will not comes under regulatory authority. LANs operate relatively high speeds when compared with the other type of networks, because these are limited in its number. Very limited number of computers are in a network connected using a cable, so the data can be transferred in an efficient way with very high speed. There are different types of media access control methods in LAN. The prominent one is Ethernet one. Ethernet one means by using a cable, you can connect the junction or a modem. So by using a cable, you are going to connect a modem. A system is going to connect to a modem using a cable. That type of connection is called Ethernet connection. It connects the computers in a single building. Yes, this local area, by the name you can say that this type of network system is used in a closed premises, or in a restricted region, like a building, like a block or a campus, or in a restricted geographical area. Yes, when you come to the applications, so when you come to the applications of LAN, whenever you want to share a software, the cost of that software is high. In that case, we are going to install that software in a computer that is called the central computer. In turn, you can call it as a server. That server is that software, the installed software is shared by the different computers in that network are called the clients. The computers which are accessing that software or that information is called the clients. The information which is installed, which is shared by the other computer, is called the server. In this case, we have server, the other one is client. Clients are going to access the systems, or the systems which are going to access the information or a software in this case are called the clients. The system which is sharing the information to the other systems is called the server. When you come to the other application, it is also used to share the resources like the costly printers, of course. Then it can also be used to share the, or to send the, or to communicate each other. So the LAN is fulfilling all the requirements of the network. Basically, whenever you want to form a network, it must be able to share the information, it must be able to share the resources, it must be able to communicate with each other. This local area network is also fulfilling those needs. So these are the 4 types. So in this session, we have discussed all these types of networks as a computer, because in the CAD/CAM, almost all the design engineers or the manufacturing engineers, computer-aided manufacturing or computer-aided design engineers must work on the computer, must work on the computers which are in the network. They have requirement to share the information, they have requirement to share the resources, they have requirement to share the information also. This is what, as a design engineer, as a computer-aided, as a CAD/CAM engineer, so we must be familiar the terminology related to the networking also. As a design engineer, we must be familiar with all these networking systems also, basic types of systems. What is networking? What are the different types of networks available? That we must be familiar as a design engineer, because we are working in the network. With this, I will move forward to discuss the other topics in the next session. Thank you, one and all.